Hey, K210209. We're going to do a little bit this morning. I have very little energy today. I definitely have come down with something that my kids have given me. And I limped through my concert last night. But I wanted to at least give everybody something. Oh, yeah, I am going to take a break. I'm just doing a little bit. I'm just doing a little bit for now. All right, let's try that whole bit again. Eyes closed the whole time. There you go. It is 10:17. Thank you, Raquel. Just doing a little bit of classical practice and then gonna just chill the rest of the day. So appreciate it. Yeah, the eyes closed worked well. Let's keep our eyes open and see what we can get now. Oh, you're totally fine. What is with my hair? It's called I took a shower and I didn't do anything with it. Rushy is afraid of him. I hope it is. The concert was good. Again, that would see. I feel way better than I did last night. Sometimes you just have to play. Sometimes you just have to play. That's why I was sitting down. I don't typically sit down at concerts. Stay nice there, close to you. Let's do that. Close to you. I'm guessing that you don't want the Carpenters. Probably Gracie Adams. Huh. It's a weird version. La Campanella, no looking. something like that. Yeah, let's do some Beethoven. So Mike Music, when you're playing it, what I'm guessing is happening is if you don't pay attention, one of your hand is probably not actually super synced up. So you can chuck on a metronome. Here, we'll do it like right now. If you chuck on a metronome, and then we'll go over to some Beethoven. And then you can speed it up. And speed it up even more. Metronome, 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 metronome. It is awesome. Another thing that can really help is making sure you're hearing each harmony. Yes, because I am tired. That is a true statement. So you can make sure you're hearing each of those. Those two practice methods are going to get you super duper far. Let's see. Is it Opus? Let's see. Hang on. Number 20, Opus 49, number 2. Is it Opus 49, number 2? I'm gonna pull up the Schnabel because that's the one that I always had. How's it going? It's going all right. Okay, sweet. We can do a little bit of Clair de Lune. We'll do a little Clair de Lune and then we'll pop over. All right, just to fully work on this thing, I look called the Easy Sonata. Yeah, we're gonna throw on a metronome because I want to continue harping on this point. The metronome is great. So this is gonna be every eighth note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now, really good show. Oh, thank you so much. Can I play the song L'Italiano, Rock Me Amadeus? I don't want to be that guy. Idea 10. Hey, Bonsai. I'll pull up idea 10. We're gonna go over to Beethoven for a second. We're doing a fairly quick stream today. I know how to play Golden Hour. Good for you. Yeah. So metronome, especially the stuff that you don't. Yeah, that's fine, Bonsai. Especially the stuff that you don't think should be with the metronome. That's more loosey-goosey. Like, that's the stuff to play with a metronome. All right. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is I would chuck this metronome to 88. And then I would do it at the quarter note first. Yeah, built-in. Got to get a piano? Yes, you need to get yourself a piano. La Campanella? We'll see. So you're here. 1, 2. Ya da 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 dee da 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 ya da 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 da. Okay, so the one measure, yeah, 70 BPM, start at 70. If you can't do 88, start at 70. The one measure I was having trouble with was here. Was it 70? Oh, thank you, Efrain. What's the band's name? Journeyman, tribute to Eric Clapton. Was it 70 BPM to the half note? I'm guessing it was 70 BPM to the quarter note. So we're going to just get that part feeling really good. So, I got to remember it's A, B, A, B, ba, 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 A, B. That's what we got to do. Quarter, yes, exactly. So you're at the 70, and you play through and go, okay, where do I run into trouble at 70 BPM? Oh, here's actually a good trick. The forte triplet parts get me every time. Oh, when we get to this part? So this is what you want to do first. I know, super boring. And then you want to put it together. Ya da 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 da. Really line that up. Now we're gonna add in the right hand. So it's going to be all about lining up, bum, 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 bum. Now, you could take it and go up to 210. Why would you go up to 210? Well, 3 times 70 is 210. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. Now, ba da ba bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum. Chopin enthusiast, I'm going to teach you, and anyone else who's learning piano here, that the metronome is not just your friend, it's your best friend. Until you get much, much better at piano. I'm telling you, until metronome is easy and you forget it's even there because you're playing so with it, metronome's your best friend. And then once you get to that point, yes, you can run into things where you're actually wasting your time practicing with the metronome. But that is like maybe 10 years away. I'm not trying to, put anybody down, but it takes a long time to get to the point where the metronome is like a waste of time. The metronome almost always is a good use of time. It's a good use of time for me most of the time too. All right, idea 10. What really, really helps is looking at the key signature and the time signature. So we're in 3/4. We have only 2 flats. I somehow decided to do way more flats. I know. What BPM should I practice scales with? A really great starting point would probably be like an 80 BPM, and the goal would be to do quarters. And then eighths. And then triplets. And then 16ths. I mean, if you're talking about how many years have I practiced the metronome, that's like 20 plus, 25 years maybe. So it's been a while. All right, let's do this idea 10. But that's a great place to start with the scales. Yeah, I mean, and then you keep doing that, and then you can get absurd with it, right? You can get to the point where you're doing that at 140. You just have to practice it. That's all it is. Now eighths. Triplets. Yeah, we'll do pirates. So, yeah, and you can push the tempo even more. But that, like, you start to get scales that easy at those 4 tempos. Best thing I ever did after college. I spent 2 years, every single day, scales, all 12. Yeah. All right, we got some requests. We'll start doing these. You don't. Hey, I think if people take a long, hard look at themselves, can't playing scales with both hands at the same time, that's a pretty common thing. Yeah, Master Mao, that's a really common thing to start with no metronome. Uh, for a limited budget, used upright or new digital. The biggest budget purchase is to not even pay for an upright. Actually, it's probably better to pay for an upright. Um, uh, but all right. Well, I need to give a real legitimate chance for Pirates, because I mostly just kind of make it up, to be honest. But we can do a little more Pirates, and then Mozart Sonata in C. I feel like there's more than one sonata in C. So funny. Everybody generally has like one thing they're like, this is the one in that key. Flight of the Bumblebee. I mean, we could do that. Flight of the Bumblebee is yesterday's. Flight of the Bumblebee is definitely like yesterday's. Rushy. It's just hard because it's fast. Okay, so if you just want an instrument that's gonna feel good and you're gonna enjoy playing, if you look around, you should be able to find upright piano for somewhere to be. And again, this is the United States, so it could be different depending on which country you're in. But you can find really beat up upright pianos for free, and then you can find ones in okay shape for like $100 to $500. That is the budget option. You get a few friends that are big and bulky. You have your parents or somebody else who's got like a truck or something. You go out there, you pick it up, you put it in, you move it. It's and then you get somebody to tune it. If you're talking, I want something portable and reliable, then you're looking at a keyboard, and you're probably going to want to buy either the baseline Yamaha, which is like $400, but you're going to get pretty annoyed at that quick, or you're going to spend more like $800 on like an FP10 or an FP30 from Roland, and you're good there. So if you've got okay, and so here's the hard thing though. The moment you get into baby grand territory, that's $5,000 to get something decent. Otherwise, you're going to be you're not going to be getting as good a piano as you would hope. Like $1,000 to $2,000, $1,000 to $2,000. Like unless you're really, really set on a acoustic piano, because maybe all you do is classical, then you probably are way better off buying something like the FP90, which I don't know F-Rain. I can't remember if you see my streams downstairs, but you're probably better off doing that, or saving up and trying to get a deal on like an upright and then survive on that for a bit. How long do you think it takes to master an easy song to impress a girl? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Very straight posture. Yes, I agree. Wind of change. If you're practicing classical and you're really trying to get your technique dialed in, a beat up upright that you can get tuned is gonna beat out $2,000 keyboard. But the $2,000 keyboard, like that's, you can't do anything with a beat up upright. So it just depends on what you're trying to do with your life. Like if you're in the you're a bit older, like, and you're really trying to look into maybe gigging and like making money from it, then getting a keyboard I think is going to be a better strategy. But again, it's really you need to go back and forth and you need to think through what makes sense. Let's do a couple more of these requests. We'll do Sonata in C. Like to play on my own for a hobby. Yeah, I mean, if you're super into classical and you like to play on your own for a hobby, the other two concerns would be space and noise. So if you have an environment, like for me, keyboards are almost necessary because I have a lot of kids. So I need times where I can play and I'm not interrupting everybody. But if you don't have space and noise constraints, then we can, you could probably get away with an upright piano. Chopin C sharp minor. Are you talking waltz in C sharp minor? This is my favorite part. I think this part's brilliant. Not playing scale fast enough. Love it. With the digital, it feels like you're pushing buttons. With the real piano, it feels like you're hitting the screens. Need to leave. I'll see you, Fotini. Do I personally have a beginner's guide, like how to start piano? Not really. Probably mostly because a lot of people have stuff like that, and I think the real big thing with oh, thanks. The real thing with being a beginner is there's the stuff that's really straightforward, and I'd say the only thing I disagree with most people who teach about the stuff that's really straightforward is the importance of scales and knowing the letters on the piano. That's probably my two biggest things for sure. Which Mozart piece was that? That was Sonata 16, C major. Not so much space in the room, but the problem is that if I put the upright somewhere or not in it, it would be, yeah. Yeah, when to change, that's looking like a keyboard. Yeah, it's like learning to drive. You need to start slow. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Can you play Rushy? We can play Rushy. I'm going to play Waltz in C sharp minor first. satisfying when you actually get clean. Here we go. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, awesome. Good old days where the teacher would take the metal ruler out. Yep. I'm not as old as you, but I remember those. I remember those days. I had teachers like that. Here, I will show you a good one. Talk about things that people should not do, but people did all the time. Coin on top of the hands. So you play a passage like this, they put a coin on top of your hand to make sure your wrist stayed. I lost it there. Yeah. Oh yeah. we could have a whole thing about all of the very, very sad things that people would do. Do you need something?
Tummy ache and a backache.
Yeah. Oh. Tummy ache and a backache. Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much. Join next time. Yeah, I mean, well, the reason why they did that is to try to keep your wrist flat, because they didn't want too excess motion. But the problem with that exercise is you're forcing your wrist to be completely steadied, which is not a thing. Carpal tunnel, unfortunately, so can only play. Yeah, oof, that's painful. Feels it's impossible for me to be doing one thing with one hand and something completely different with the other hand simultaneously. Did you ever have that feeling? Yes, Tobster, you just need to chill. The whole spirit of this stream is we're talking. We're having a good time. Don't worry, Rushy's coming in. So Mike Williams, probably the biggest piece for me to develop and get that I really like, no, you're fine, is you pick some repetitive figure. Probably the easiest is just octave, and then try to do something else in your other hand. So you can practice working. It's kind of the same way that you can learn how to do the patting your belly and patting your head and rubbing your belly thing. It's about practicing that. So. yeah. Next up, fugue. Fugue's good. I'm gonna let her do whatever she wants to do, which right now is just to chill. All right, we're almost out of time. Probably about 9 more minutes. I will put the Discord link, both to do. This is to do requests in an easier way because they'll sit around. It's a little chill today, which is fine. Sounds like an Eastern European composer. Yeah. It's part of the Black MIDI movement. Chopin Nocturne in C sharp minor. Yeah. Yeah, why not? The Nocturne. Nocturne. Oh, yeah. All my kids do. They're the best. Let's see. C sharp minor. C minor. The chord one. We got the chord one. I always forget which one people actually like. There's the chord one and then there's the larghetto one. Yeah, she can play some different songs. She's 2, but she knows some songs. She knows where her notes are. You gotta pay attention to the sharps. Oh, that's a real pain of this. Yeah, I'm sight reading. I'm just sight reading all this stuff. I always forget that this one has this really weird thing where it's 3 against 4. But it's 3/4 versus 4/4. He was getting experimental there. Super experimental. Okay, we're gonna do one more thing and then we'll probably get rolling for today. I'm gonna play one of my original pieces. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that one. Here. We'll play her song. Or the song for her. Hey, good to see you again, Jumbo. Unfortunately, we'll be out soon in a second. This was just a short stream. Got a bunch of stuff going on today and low energy. So just doing a little thing. I just figured I'd get it out of the way and get you guys something. Thank you so much. If you feel inclined, you can join the Discord. We can talk more piano, especially like instruments. Maybe we need to have a channel even discussing what instruments to buy. Can't see the Discord link. Calm background music at weddings. Oh, thank you. Will the next stream be tomorrow? Yes. Oh, Discord's forbidden in Turkey? That's intense. So Chopin enthusiast. Here's what I will say from a distance, never actually having seen you play. And you could upload videos if you wanted to the Discord, and we could do stuff like that. But here's what I would say. The metronome, yes, it's going to be way slower at the beginning, and then it's going to be way faster. Same with the scales. You need to practice way slower to get those hands really lined up. And then once you do that and you get the scales feeling good together, you're going to make so much progress. You're going to make so much progress. Like, this is what is interesting about people. Yeah, I can play guitar. I can play bass. I can play drums a bit. How does it feel to be a dad? Pretty awesome. Here, just for you guys, I'll play one of my favorite songs on guitar. And then I need to get rolling. The kids totally detune this like crazy. Yeah, I play some jazz. Sweet. Be a metronome user. It's good. We'll see if I can play this with her right here, because she's very, 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 very chill right now. Can't wait forever is all that you said before you stood up. But you won't disappoint me, I can do that myself. But I'm glad that you've come, now if you don't mind leave. and free yourself at the same time. Leave, let go of my hand, you're already gone. And truth has a habit of falling out of your mouth. What took you so long? And I hope you feel better now that it's out, now that it's come. If you don't mind, leave and free yourself at the same time. Leave, you don't understand, you're already gone. Yeah, so yeah, the initial chords, piece of cake. F chord, total pain. To get that to sound good is a total pain. And then bar chords are the real unlock, but whew, very, very hard. So anyway, we can have more fun on that at a later date. I need to get rolling. But thanks so much. Yeah, bar chords are hard. Guitar is a much harder instrument at the beginning than piano. Much, much harder. But then guitar is weird because all you need is technical ability. You should learn uke first, unless you have really big hands. If you have really big hands, just go straight to guitar. But if you have normal sized hands, or especially if you have smaller hands, learn uke first and then switch to guitar. It's gonna be, so the cool thing about uke versus guitar is uke is the top 4 strings of a guitar. I bet you didn't know that. So for example, a common uke voicing is just this one finger here. It's a different chord on uke. So this here is a G major chord, but on uke it's a C major chord. It's not that guitar gets easier. It's that because you're using 2 hands to make one thing happen, I would say the technical threshold does, well, that's not even really fair. Guitar starts hard and then plateaus, and then what you can do on guitar for a really long time, you can coast for a really long time. It plateaus. And then when you get to super advanced, it goes like nuts. So like, for example, me, I'm a good example of that. I've spent barely as much time, like nowhere near as much time on guitar as piano, but it's really pretty straightforward once you get the chords and general tab down. Like that's it. It's super easy at that point, and then you have to switch from there. So anyway, I need to go take care of this princess. When you understand all those strumming patterns, metronome work. Just got to keep throwing it in there. Thanks everyone for joining. Like, subscribe for the next one. Probably will be done for today, but tomorrow we should be able to have some fun messing around with things. So thanks so much, everybody.